Hey, it's Matt here from my balcony in Dubai. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the number one thing that is going to decide whether your SaaS business succeeds or fails. And it's probably not what you think it is. So a lot of people get obsessed with having the perfect idea. I can tell you, having made over $12 million in my spare time selling SaaS, is not about having the perfect idea. If you're looking to make $1 billion with your SaaS, you're probably going to need the best idea you could ever imagine. But for most people that would watch this channel, they're looking to maybe make 5K, 10K, 20K a month, or 50K a month, even pushing up to 100K a month. If that's your kind of ballpark, as in life-changing money for normal everyday people, then the idea is not everything. Quite the opposite. I think the best strategy is to copy what other people are doing in a micro niche, clone the core feature set, add a unique selling point feature or two, and then probably go in at cheaper or whatever. So it's not the idea. It's not even the features that are in your app. Unique selling point. Having a unique feature that's unique to your app. It's a nice to have. It's not an essential. Yes, it helps you get traction, or it can help you get traction. You know, you've got to have product market fit. You've got to have a decent idea. You've got to have decent features. You've got to maybe have a USP. But you don't, when I say you've got to, all of that stuff is essentially optional. If you found a market where there's two main players in it, and you just thought, I'm just going to clone their software, do what they do, try and do it a little bit better, a little bit different, so you become player number 3, that is probably all you need, right? You don't need the best idea in the world. You don't even need the best execution in the world. The truth is, the best app doesn't usually win. It doesn't always win for sure, and it definitely doesn't usually win. Usually what wins is the best execution. And when I say execution, that is not building the app. It's not the perfect idea. It's not the perfect feature set. It's not the perfect price or the perfect this or the perfect that. The number one factor, whether you succeed or fail in the software as a service business, is marketing. You've got to get the cogs turning right. You have got to have a decent idea and a decent feature set and a decent unique selling feature. Like, you've got to have these things in place to give yourself the best chance of success. But the reality is, it all comes down to marketing. What do I mean by marketing? I mean visibility. It's just visibility. Now, I've been marketing online for over 25, 26 years now. And I can tell you, when it comes to marketing, sales skill sets online, I've acquired a whole ton of knowledge over more than 2 decades selling online. And this stuff, as much as it has evolved over the years, the psychology of selling, the psychology of persuasion, that's not changed and never will change. That's all the same stuff, right? Visibility, getting visibility. Some of the strategies have changed, I accept. But essentially, it's about building, borrowing, or buying an audience of people that are interested in what you have. It's a bit windy up here on my balcony in Dubai, so the tripod's moving a little bit, which sucks. My apologies. It's because I've got this light on the top, which actually it makes it better for you to see the video and stuff, but it makes it a little bit like a sail when the wind blows. We are 40 odd floors up in the sky, so it's probably a little bit windier up here than it would be down there. But anyway, the truth is, the number one factor that's going to decide success or failure for your SaaS business is marketing. It's visibility. I don't even want to call it the launch, because you could screw a launch up and still have a successful business. But you have to let people know you exist. You have to do that. That's not optional. You could have the best app with the best sales letter, the best price, the best everything, and if nobody knows you exist, your business fails. You can have the crappiest app, the crappiest feature set, the crappiest sales letter, and with amazing marketing, still have a successful business, which it shouldn't be like that. the best product should win, but the reality of business is it's not usually how it goes down. The best product does not always win. Oftentimes, the best product does not win. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't focus on making as good a product as you can. You should. But if you focused, let's say you went, I am not going to release my product until it's perfect. Okay, and you spent maybe way longer than you need to. With AI, now you could build that product, no code, no technical knowledge, in maybe 2-3 months, and it was amazing. But let's say you spent 3 years on it. You're going, no, I'm even using AI. I'm going to put 3 years of time and effort in it. One, by the time you launch, it's game over anyway, because the world has changed in 3 years so fast. With AI, it's going to speed up the arms race, not slow it down. So you don't have 3 years to wait to launch the perfect product. It's become all about speed. You've got to get something to market fast, and then you've got to start evolving the feature set, keep up with what your customers want, and keep ahead of the competition. Which, if you're using AI, you've got a massive advantage over the dinosaur devs that don't know how to or refuse to use AI because they're stuck in some egotistical battle with their future selves who is unemployed. But what you've got to do is you've got to market your product. You've got to get market visibility. If you don't, your app fails. That 3 years put in to make the perfect app, let's say things hadn't changed and it was the best app ever. All right, you launch it. Well, who are you launching it to? You open your doors. Sales page is live. The buy button's there. The free trial button's there. It's all set up. Everything is perfect. Now what? The answer is crickets, church bells, tumbleweeds. Bomb, bomb. That's the church sound and tumbleweeds. That's all you're going to hear. That's and it's the best app ever. The perfect app. And all you can hear is tumbleweeds and church bells. Because the reality is the best app doesn't win. The best idea doesn't win. Even the best execution doesn't win. The best marketer wins. And that's the truth. Mediocre, average product, great marketing equals winner. Great product, mediocre or bad marketing, probable failure, right? And that's just the way it is. I have better products than competitors that have, say, launched after me or whatever, and they've beat me with their marketing. So worst product, worst feature set, worst everything, but then overtook me with better marketing. Now you might say, oh yeah, but you're a marketer, Matt. How did they overtake you? Look, business is it's not black and white. And at the end of the day, if I'm spending 2 hours a month on my business and they're spending 16 hours a day, they're going to beat me, aren't they? They're just going to beat me because that's how business is. That's how it works. Now, if I poured my heart and soul into that and spent 18 hours a day when they're spending 16 hours a day, and I've got the marketing background and the skill set and stuff, yeah, all right, that's a much fairer fight. And chances are I would either beat them or stand a much better chance of competing with them. But no, if you're essentially running it as a lifestyle business, essentially outsourcing everything to a team and accepting at best they're only going to make 80% of the decisions you make, and you're not going to pour your heart, soul and sweat and tears into training them and doing that, which is a full-time job in itself. If you're essentially happy to sit on your balcony and take a lifestyle business, well, then you're going to get beat by somebody that's grinding out 18-hour days, 7 days a week, you know? That's just business. So it's not black and white business. And I can tell you right now, the best product does not always win. In fact, the best product usually does not win. In a fairy tale, fantasy land, I'd love to say it does, but it doesn't. There's a graveyard of better products that died because their marketing was weaker than the competitors that destroyed them. You can move fast with AI. You can have better everything than your competitors using AI. Your marketing can be better, your sales can be better, everything can be better. You just got to have visibility. You've got to get that marketing dialed in. If you don't, your business fails. So, okay app, okay name, okay price, okay feature set, okay USP, excellent marketing, cha-ching, winning business. Opposite, not the case. So what I want you to do is I want you to focus on coming up with ideas to market your business. I don't think today's SaaS businesses are tech first and product first and coding first. I've always said we're a marketing company that sells SaaS, not a SaaS company that does marketing to sell the SaaS, if you know what I mean. And that's what you need to be, especially in 2026 with the advent of AI SaaS. It's not about being the most technically proficient. It's about having the best marketing, the best visibility. So if you want to build a business, you want to make a lot of money online in the SaaS space using AI, you've got to focus on the marketing. That's the truth. That's going to be the number one reason whether you succeed or fail. It's all about the marketing. You need to become a marketer, a business owning, entrepreneurial marketer first, SaaS guy second, or girl second. Just the truth. If you disagree with me, comments down below. Let's have a discussion. Have I overlooked something in my riff video? You tell me. But that's just the truth of it. I actually help people come up with ideas, come up with a feature set, plan it all, build it all, and create a sales and marketing campaign to build a real passive income, remotely run, faceless, recurring. I actually help people do that. If you want to work with me and this sounds interesting to you, even if you've got no idea right now, literally, I can take any civilian off the street and turn them into a AI SaaS CEO. You can book a call. You can potentially work with me. You have to apply. I don't take everyone. In fact, I don't take most people. But if we're a good fit, then potentially we could work together and I could help you build an AI SaaS income stream in 2026 and beyond. Right, thanks for watching. It's all about the marketing. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.